Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the RationalInvestor.com's Daily Brief Recap. Where are we? Today is Wednesday. Actually, our last group tutorial session for level 3ers before we turn you loose to veteran mode. Had a really fun TRI Secret Options Formula Club meeting last night. Lots of names kicked around. Of course, if you can put yourself into a position to get paid in this market, holy moly, we're getting paid big time. But try not to chase. Don't fat finger. Right. I do see a lot of sort of novice people are getting really ripped apart here in this market. Heading into this Jupiter-Saturn cross event, I would suggest the whole public just, cool your jets with regard to the stock market. And the sad thing is you see these absolutely insane moves and you're all like, oh, I'm missing out. Try and understand this is the end of the move, not the beginning. So everybody who did put themselves into position over the past few years, buying weekly W's and all that kind of stuff, they're getting paid now. So, my message of late, especially with this barometer reading here, it's not like it's, oh my God, it's the end of the world, everything's overbought, run for the hills. But at the same time, too, it's not like this is cheap, everything's on sale. It's kind of like wishy-washy. You could have a big spike up top. Could also, this is actually in bear mode now, so we could just drift lower here. Not really a lot of fun. And I suppose your matrix too. We've been humming and hawing about where is this U.S. dollar going to pivot. I mean, it's having a nice up day today. Is this the bottom? I doubt it. Big Jupiter-Saturn cross still a couple weeks away. First week of December historically usually is actually a soft period in the market. Coming back after the Thanksgiving holiday. Irrational exuberance. Look it up. U.S. dollar is enjoying a nice update today. And the lower time frame charts have, you can see the back and forth here. This was quite a battle in here. I don't know whether I'm ready to say this is the bottom. Would I ever say that? I doubt it. Stocks are coming off a chunk here. I suppose with that risk off kind of proxy in the dollar. So I guess that makes sense. Interesting how oil's just parked right on this trend line. Gold's coming off here. So interestingly enough, there is a little bit of historical normalcy there with stronger U.S. dollar. But if gold is supposed to be a fear proxy, we're getting out of risk assets. It's not really cooperating today. Again, I really do think that all of these markets are kind of acting very wonky through this Jupiter-Saturn cross, and I really don't think it's in your best interest to make any huge, grand conclusions about trend right now. If anything, probably have to wait 6 months after this event to actually see the new trends develop. Junior market kind of getting a little softer here relative to the big caps. We did, take some really nice profits on some of the alternative medicine stocks, we'll call them, magic mushrooms. But most of the junior market's looking pretty soft here today. So we just happen to get pretty lucky in that sector. And crypto, especially if you have risk off in the stock market. And the currencies are all sort of sanguine. It shouldn't surprise us to see that this particular currency, this cryptocurrency, is a bit softer as well. We had sort of talked recently about potential trend continuation trades working. And if this 100 level was taken out, well, that thesis would be off the table. So you can see last night, that thesis, boom, 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 was clearly taken off the table. So we can continue to watch for trend continuation here. We haven't broken through 66 yet, but I'll tell you, that doesn't look overtly bullish. And I suppose kind of like this, what we're going to have to see is 1 low, 2 lows, 3 lows. It was interesting how we were commenting, can I please get W's on other sides of trend lines? So now you can see these two sort of dominant little trend lines now. That acted as support. This is acting as resistance. My hunch is we probably just bang away in between these 2 points now. So, bullish trend continuation trades, off the table. Simple as that. I'm going to have to let this develop a little bit more. And, let's just call a spade a spade. This is often where people who get into actually like predicting markets end up getting just destroyed. Whereas those people, let's see, where's the best chart to show you this? I'd show you off of this, but they're all so damn messy. Actually, here's probably the best. BTCUSD, bang. I mean, you've heard me say this before. Nothing, of course, in this silly game is ever guaranteed, but what should we be thinking if we start seeing the market smiling at us? I mean, it's there. The interesting thing from this image is, ironically enough, even shorting that M top and trading back to the 50% rule, I think it's actually well over a 2-to-1 risk reward. So, a professional trader, you just got to take the trade and live with the results, kind of like the botters. If this was going to trend continuation, then that would have worked, but it didn't. So you just don't know what's going to happen. Trade your setups. Well, what would be a healthy, normal, natural retracement? Something like that. Way down there. So, just be aware, right? And then we said, what are you supposed to think if you see the market smiling at you? This one's interesting, too, because it actually technically has 2 smiles, right? So there's this smile, and then we also have this smile, which, of course, isn't very pretty. Maybe make that a different color so you can see it. There, and maybe we'll do this one up here. I'm kind of wasting time. So, and actually, hell, you can even go there, but I guess the point I'm trying to make is that one, and that one. So there's a bit of smiley action here, folks. So you got that smile, and you got that smile. Be forewarned. Be careful. No way in hell I could be a buyer of Bitcoin up here. Probably really simple. You could just draw simple trend lines. My hunch is probably something like that. There's probably a lot of public people. They're going to look at that and say, well, if I can get a dip back against this trend line, I might buy. So you can see how far away that is. Pretty far. Problem here, of course, this is this crazy Jupiter-Saturn cross. All hell's going to break loose. Could they come up and wash these highs? Sure, maybe. I'll tell you, though, you see me with bots, 3 higher lows and 3 higher highs. You got a lot of levels to defend your trade. You got that level, you got that level, you got that level. So, I got quite a bit of insulation. I do like the idea of trying to get a short off of that candle body level right in there. And then just simply risking this window. It's not such a... Remember, what I've done here recently is I buy put options. So I've got 1 June put on the books. I get a nice little counter trend rally up into that little level up into there through the end of the day. I might just go and strap on another one. And I mean, look at these numbers. Let's say you took 10 trades. How many of those 10 trades have to actually be winners if you have a 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio for you to just be a scratch trader? And what, 2, right? 2 out of 10 trades? Jesus. That's not very accurate. I'm not going to buy your newsletter, you bastard. So, I mean, it's just sitting there. I mean, those are some pretty damn big numbers. So I do like the idea of just going to buying a put and not worrying too much about whether they're going to go wash these highs. I think I bought my first put like in here. So ironically enough, do nothing through this. Wow, big fucking deal. It's a June option. And I might go buy another one. That's still a very perfectly realistic target down there. So just be forewarned. It's a risky market. Interesting, all the currencies seem to be rolling over here a bit, which I guess is encouraging. Again, that's that sort of talk that I really do like, the idea that the US dollar is at some sort of long-term inflection point. Listen to oh my God, I listened to this Euro professor of fluff. I have no idea what I don't even know how the hell these people can justify their salaries. They just talk so pie in the sky. I listened to this long fucking debate yesterday about this guy making the case, a whole new world order, Bretton Woods 2.0. We're going to reset the whole currency system, make it fair for everybody. I mean, honestly. Do you really think that the people that are running the system right now with their skin in the game, they're just going to go, all right, all you people, don't worry about your old debts. They're all forgiven. Tickety-boo. I mean, come on. So I have a feeling the whole world is conning themselves into this modern monetary theory kind of thinking, and they're going to get screwed by the banks again. You can see it coming. So anyway, what I see here is basically all the socialists, Marxists, whatever the hell you want to call them, they're all piling on. I remember the exact same thing happened in 1980, which was the last Jupiter-Saturn fear cycle apex event. And everybody was in love with the Soviet Union after that. And, of course, that was the top, not the bottom, in the Soviet Union. Considering that technically Russia is a commodity country, along with Canada, South Africa, Australia, our society should be peaking right now. And this whole socialist kind of, lovey-dovey workers' rights, all that kind of stuff. So does it really make sense to actually subscribe to that newsletter right now? Or is this as good as it gets for them? And I would actually make the argument this is as good as it gets for the socialists. You got to spend now 15 years, the bankers, they just got to get through this little crisis that they have with regard to the demographic situation. Once they're on the other side of this, they're going to be driving the bus again and dictating terms. And probably putting, poor little third world countries out of business again, like they've done decades along here. So, anyway, lots of political rhetoric, rant. The irony of it all for people like us is we don't have to play that game. This is the game that I'm trying to teach you guys. I mean, this is a mushroom stock. I mean, what the hell? Who cares what the hell they're in? Get rid of the symbol. Get rid of the name. All I want to know is what's good structure. Low shares out, options to directors, shares for debt, blah, 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 blah. Show me pretty kick-ass chart patterns, and we can go make all the money we ever need. Just managing our own money, making our own decisions. Turn the TV off. Turn the talking heads off. Half of the time, they're just trying to sell you Tide laundry detergent. So, I do find it interesting. There's obviously a ton of societal angst right now. Because this stuff isn't taught to the public, I can understand why there's so much societal angst. It feels as though there's no way out. It's a trap. You can't win. You're a slave. All that kind of shit. I'm telling you, this kind of information that I'm trying to impart on you, it will liberate you. It will make you free. You don't have to live that credit world. You don't have to live the debt world. You just manage your own money, and you just sit there at the end of the day and just keep counting your money. It's your money. You want to hold it in dollars, loonies, yen, euros, bitcoins? I don't care. But it's your money. That's what I'm trying to teach you. How do you grow your money? And not have to play by all their silly nonsense socialist Marxist yayas. And try not to get sucked into the emotion of it. I can feel the public is getting sucked into this. It's not fair. Actually, nobody said life was going to be fair. Every once in a while, crazy guys like Brian go, hey, you know what? Let me try and help you out. Maybe this is how life is going to try and be fair. take advantage. I'm here. I'm telling you, take advantage of me. What an idiot. PMA for the win. Brian's one of those little bright, maybe not that bright, but one of those little light bulbs in that very, very dark room that's trying desperately to balance things out here a little bit. And you can see on the screen, the shit that we teach works. You just got to do it. Okay, kind of a blah, 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 but what the hell, I felt like blah, 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 blahing today. I try to play from a position of strength. Obviously the market's very hot right now, position of strength. I'm selling into the rallies. Go slow on new purchases. Try not to take too much risk on any one position. So, if the trade does go against you, it doesn't hurt too much. And as you can see on the screen, if the market's going to afford you the opportunity to pay yourself, then pay yourself. All right. Have yourselves a great day. All the best. And bye for now.